Welcome to Getting Your Dream Smile with Cosmetic Dentistry. This is where we discuss and help patients get what they want in a smile while being totally informed. Whether it is porcelain veneers, bonding, whitening, or Invisalign, you'll find out what is best for your situation. Everything you should know, where and who to see, and all the costs involved. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Getting Your Dream Smile with Cosmetic Dentistry. My name is Sabrina. I'm a pre-dental student at UCSD and your co-host for today. I currently work with Dr. Eshom to inform the public about the best way to achieve your best smile with cosmetic dentistry. Our podcast discusses the benefits and what you need to know about cosmetic dentistry. We love giving you the information so you can make a good decision on your dream smile. Let me introduce to you my co-host, Megan.
Hi, my name is Megan. Today we'll be talking with Dr. David Eshom. He's been practicing cosmetic dentistry for 25 years. He's a credentialed cosmetic dentist from the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, and he specializes in minimally invasive cosmetic dentistry. He loves sharing his recommendations when it comes to getting a great smile. Today we'll be talking about the things you should know when shopping for cosmetic dentistry. Let me introduce you all to Dr. David Eshom.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. And I want to contribute to our topic today about getting your dream smile and whether you should be shopping for cosmetic dentistry. So I recently posted on our Instagram page about a young lady, a bartender, who wanted to have a better smile because she was in the public a lot. And her boyfriend talked her into doing some shopping for cosmetic dentistry and kind of led her down the path to get the cheapest form of cosmetic dentistry. So he actually recommended that she go to Mexico to have her porcelain veneers done. Well, you can imagine what went on. She went down there. She only wanted to get 2 or 4 teeth done, but when she got there, they said, "Oh, well, the price is so cheap, we might as well do 6 and make the 6 teeth look great." So she gets numb and they start working on her. And before she knows it, she has 6 temporary veneers on her teeth. And they hand her a mirror and like, she was like shocked that, you know, the teeth look so bad. And she goes, "Well, you know, I don't like these teeth. This is the way my porcelain veneers should be." So they said, "Oh, don't worry. You know, it's just the temporaries. And when you get your permanents, they're going to look a lot nicer." So she was tired. And so her boyfriend and her drove back across the border after waiting in a long line. And she went to work the next day. But, you know, when she got back, she just was horrified with the temporaries they made for her. And so she was kind of covering her smile with one hand while she was bartending with the other and trying to get by. And so she had to do that for 2 weeks. Because her porcelain veneers were being made. And so she goes back to Tijuana and they get her all numb and they just put the porcelain veneers in. And sure enough, they don't look very nice. So let me just show you kind of what she got here as I share my screen with everybody here. So here's the porcelain veneers she got in Mexico. They're all too big, you know, they're not the right color. They look kind of chunky and bulky, and they don't fill her smile properly. And she was just devastated. But they told her to go home, try them for a little while, and she'll probably like them some more. So she goes home and goes straight to sleep because she's so tired, and wakes up the next morning and runs to the mirror to see, you know, should be these wonderful porcelain veneers. And she's looking at them and she says, "God, that doesn't look like me. These look like guys' teeth." And so she was just totally disheartened and crying again. And so she started looking on the internet and ended up coming to me as to get an opinion as to whether I can kind of shave these teeth down or not, and whether I can fix what was done. And unfortunately, with porcelain veneers, you can't do that. And so we told her, well, you know, we're going to need to take these off and make new ones. And so we did that, and then we made her a nice set of temporaries. She liked the temporaries when she left. And in fact, we have her back a week later to make sure she likes her temporaries before we make her permanent. And she told us she liked the temporaries, and we made her permanents. And at that point, you know, she was very, very happy. So let me show you what her permanents look like. And here they are. They're more feminine looking. They don't look too bulky or too big. They fill out her smile. They're nice and white. All the things that you want from a nice smile. And she was just so happy. And she went from having this narrow, bulky smile to a more feminine and pretty and smile that will give her confidence whenever she smiles and greets somebody. So, you know, that's kind of what we do here in our office, is we plan things out very carefully so that people get their best smile. And as to end the story here for this beautiful bartender, she eventually met somebody that was very special to her and ended up getting married about 6 months after she got her smile done. Not that the smile did that, but it sure helped her be more open and more confident. And so we would like that for all of the cosmetic dentistry patients out there. And so I have put together a list of things to be concerned with when you're getting when you're thinking about cosmetic dentistry. So ladies, any questions on our bartender at all, or any comments you'd like to place in?
I have no questions, but I do remember watching a video with her smile transformation. And one thing that really stood out to me was how she said that you don't realize how important your smile is until you sort of like lose it. And like being able to get her smile back to what she wanted really boosted her confidence. And just, I got to see how much she glowed with the new smile and how much she appreciated it. So I think it's really important to know that, you know, your smile is permanent and something that's on your face. So it's really important to take the right precautions to get your perfect smile.
Yeah. And what thoughts do you have, Megan?
I mean, you can just really tell the confidence that she has in the after photos compared to the before. It's just crazy. You can see her smile just radiating, and you can tell she's really happy with the work that was done.
Yeah, the smile kind of just really brightens up and gets bigger and brighter and flashes more. It's kind of like those guys that work out in the gym, you know, unlike me. You know, when you have muscles and you have a six pack, you know, you wear those tight shirts and no sleeves so you can show it off. Well, that's what happens with cosmetic dentistry patients. Once they have a confident smile, they just can't stop from showing it off. And again, that's kind of what we want for our patients when they come in and get cosmetic dentistry. So let me get to the things that I think are important with cosmetic dentistry, and something that everyone should know and think about when they're shopping for cosmetic dentistry. So the first thing I have on the list is to tell people that cosmetic dentistry is not generic. So what that means is it's not like a can of beans or a gallon of gas that, you know, you get the same thing. It doesn't matter where you buy it. And so if you're shopping for a big screen TV and it's 4K and you find the price at Costco, and then you go to Amazon and you find the price. So as long as they're giving you that same TV, you want to buy the cheapest one, right? But when it comes to cosmetic dentistry, it's not like that. Depending on the dentist that you see, or the office you go to, or the experience of the dentist, you're going to get a different porcelain veneer or different cosmetic dentistry from office to office. So cosmetic dentistry is not generic. The other thing you need to be aware of, that even though all dentists can do cosmetic dentistry, just saying you're a cosmetic dentist doesn't make you a cosmetic dentist. So yeah, you want to check it out, because there's somewhat fake cosmetic dentists out there. And if it's not somebody that's doing cosmetic dentistry all the time, they're not going to be very good at it. And they may be learning or experimenting on you. And so, the way to check that out is to see what cases they've done, or to even ask the dentist, well, how many porcelain veneers do you do in a month, or how many do you do in a year, just to get an idea of their experience. Because again, anybody can do cosmetic dentistry, but not everybody's been trained and has the experience. Another thing to worry about is that whenever you are getting cosmetic dentistry, you want to know, well, what's going to happen to your teeth? Because when someone grinds on your teeth, that's forever. You'll never get that tooth structure back. And even though they cover it with a porcelain veneer or bonding or whatever it might be, that only lasts a certain amount of time, even in the best cosmetic dentist hands. And you're going to have to replace that over and over again. So what I recommend is try to get your cosmetic dentistry done in a minimally invasive way. And the way we do that here in our office is we think about Invisalign first, because I'd like to move that person's teeth into the right position and have them have a wonderful smile with their own teeth. That way they don't have to replace it, or they don't have to pay for things to go over their teeth. If you can't do Invisalign, then maybe you want to do something like that's a bonding alternative or an advanced form of bonding called BioClear. And that's where we add to your teeth. So if your teeth are chipped or you have some triangles between your gums, we can just add to them. And in these first two ways of getting a better smile, there's no teeth that need to be ground on. And so porcelain veneers, do look beautiful, and they are the gold standard for cosmetic dentistry, but they require a full fingernail's thickness of your tooth to be ground down off at least the front, and then a lot of times in between the teeth. So you're basically getting like a 3/4 porcelain crown. And so when you go to a cosmetic dentist and you're shopping for a cosmetic dentist, think about that and see if you can get your smile done without grinding on your teeth. And at least have the dentist explain to you how much tooth structure will be needed to take away before you can get your porcelain veneers. So that's some of the things that are important. Another thing that is important is who is making, if you decide on porcelain veneers, who's making the porcelain veneers. So for porcelain veneers, it takes a very talented lab technician. And that technician has been trained in artistry and lab fabrication. And so in order to get the best looking porcelain veneers, you need someone who is an artist and someone who is a very fine technician. And so you can't just send this out to any old lab. So if you're getting your porcelain veneers and they're cheap, the dentist is probably sending it to a cheap lab, and you'll get teeth that look like chiclets. And so be aware of who's making the porcelain veneers for you. So does that leave you with any question, ladies?
I think those are all great options, and I think it's super important to keep that in mind when you're looking for a smile, because you're investing in it and you want the best smile. So I think those are all super important.
All right, so the last thing and the fifth thing that I like our patients to know as they're exploring and shopping for cosmetic dentistry is doing the right thing is more important than the price. So, you can spend some money, but get the wrong thing, but that doesn't help you, right? So you can save some money on porcelain veneers, but if you don't need porcelain veneers, it's the wrong thing. You have the wrong thing done. And so it's important to do the right thing, and not so important as getting the right price, right? And so you want to go to somebody, again, who's experienced and knows what they're doing. And then that way they can look at your mouth and decide what they think is the right thing to do for you. And as you listen to them, think about whether that's something that would make then you might want to get a second opinion and ask another dentist what they might do for your smile, and then compare you. But you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing rather than getting the cheapest price. And so I've had quite a few patients, and To a certain extent, I can use Sabrina as an example. If she was a little older and went to some dentist, they might have told her that she needed, 10 porcelain veneers to make her smile better. But when she came to me and I looked at her teeth and the shape of their teeth were correct, and the gum lines were nice and the teeth weren't broken down, I told her, well, why don't we just move your beautiful teeth, just like move furniture, into the right place, and then you'll have your own beautiful smile without somebody grinding on your teeth. And so in Sabrina's case, if she doesn't mind wearing Invisalign for 9 or 10 months, she's going to have this beautiful smile at the end of her treatment, not have to have any teeth ground down. And that is so important. And that's why getting the right thing is more important than getting a cheap price. So make sure you're getting the right thing. So to go over those things to what I'm recommending for you as you shop for cosmetic dentistry, you want to remember that cosmetic dentistry isn't generic. So one dentist isn't the same as the other. And particularly in cosmetic dentistry, you want to go to an experienced and well-reviewed, you might check the reviews, a well-reviewed cosmetic dentist. And then you want to make sure that that person does cosmetic dentistry on a routine basis. And he or she can show you the cases they've done. The third thing you want to make sure is that you don't want to have your teeth ground down unless that's the absolute last option for you to get the smile you want. And then the person who doing porcelain veneers, if you decide to go that route, meaning the lab technician is as important as the dentist. And the lab technician needs to be very, very talented. And again, the last and most important thing is making sure you're doing the right thing and that you're trying to get your smile beautiful, but in the most minimally invasive way possible, rather than someone who's knows how to do porcelain veneers and is going to give you a cheap price on porcelain veneers, but you have to pay a second price by grinding on your teeth. So you pay for it twice. You pay in tooth structure, and then you pay for it in money. So those are important aspects of choosing where and who you see for cosmetic dentistry. So any questions with that, ladies?
So I think those were great points, and it's so important for patients to consider the quality over the price. But I do have one question. I wanted to see what your number one recommendation is for patients that are looking for a cosmetic dentist. What would you recommend for them?
Well, I mean, again, with today, usually people are pretty adamant about like shopping for price and going to different places to look at the price. But I would recommend they take energy and look for different cosmetic dentists and look at their website, look their before and after cases on their website, look at their reviews. You want to make sure that that person is making people happy with their cosmetic dentistry. And so those are important things. Use the energy in terms of shopping price, use it for shopping the best person for you who will give you the best recommendation so that you can get your smile done in the most minimally invasive way possible. Do you have any questions, Sabrina?
I do have one question. I was wondering, let's say someone does want to go to you to get their minimally invasive cosmetic dentistry done, and you talked about wanting to go look at reviews because that's the best way to understand if you're going to the right dentist. What recommendations do you have to find a cosmetic dentist like you, or go looking through reviews?
Well, we love helping people, get a great smile in a minimally invasive way. And so we try to make it as convenient as possible. So we can do Zoom consultations with our patients. If they don't want to come in, they're free. Or we can do live consultations with patients and talk to them face to face. But with both those types of consultations, smile and teeth, so that we know exactly what we're talking about as we're thinking about enhancing their smile. So, choose, you just want to get it done in the most convenient way. Obviously, the best way is live. You just kind of want to get to know that dentist, and you don't want to commit to actually going in their office. Ask them if they do, Zoom consultations or virtual consultations, so that you can get an idea of what that person's like. Because, it's like choosing a boyfriend or a girlfriend. When you meet them, you want to make sure that you like them, because you're going to be working with them a long time, and they're going to be taking care of a very intimate part of your mouth. And so you want to make sure that you have kind of a connection with that person, and that you like their credentials and you like their work and their experience and the way they handle things. So that way you can get a feel of who you're working with. So that's my suggestion.
Awesome. And then let's say I come into your office. What questions as a patient should I ask to you to make sure that I'm going to the right cosmetic dentist?
Well, a lot of the questions, I covered today, and you want to ask them, are you going to take any tooth structure away to improve my smile? Can I do this? Can I get the same smile by my teeth with something like Invisalign? Or can I get the same smile by adding to my teeth and not grinding on them at all? And so you kind of want to go minimally invasive first. And if those don't get you the smile that you want, then maybe you can do something more invasive like porcelain veneers. But you want to go to somebody that has multiple tools, because you've heard the old adage, if you have a hammer, all you see is nails. And when it comes to dentists, unfortunately, most dentists don't know how to improve a smile without doing porcelain veneers. And so you want to go to a dentist that knows how to do orthodontics or Invisalign, or knows how to do bonding where they're adding to teeth. And then, of course, you want to make sure, if you are getting porcelain veneers, that they study your case and make sure they're only taking away the minimal amount of tooth structure to be able to place that porcelain veneer on your teeth and look beautiful. So those are the kind of things you should be aware of. And if you don't feel comfortable in your first consultation, then maybe you should do a second consultation. And then you get an idea of two different people's thoughts and who you would connect with best.
I think that's a really great advice for patients out there looking for the right cosmetic dentist. And I think that always keeping in mind that, cost is not the biggest thing to look at, and making sure that you are going to the right person who will look at your smile and give you the correct options and the perfect dream smile.
Fantastic. Well, I hope the audience enjoyed listening to those comments. More comments coming, and more thoughts, and answer more questions in the future with our future podcast. We'll be talking about, how Invisalign might help somebody. We'll be talking about how BioClear or bonding might be able to help somebody. And then we'll also talk about how porcelain veneers might help somebody. So this podcast is all about giving patients the right information to make good decisions about themselves and where and who should be doing dentistry. So I look forward to more future podcasts with you two ladies. And so thank you for helping me host this.
Of course, yeah. Thank you. So be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Getting Your Dream Smile with Cosmetic Dentistry, and fill out the form in the description or scan the QR code on YouTube to ask us any questions you have about your smile and getting your dream smile. Other than that, thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to Getting Your Dream Smile with Cosmetic Dentistry with Dr. David Eshom. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast to be notified about future episodes. Click the link in the description to fill out a form if you have any questions on cosmetic dentistry or your smile that you want us to answer. See you next episode.